Sweetie Quickie. This one is about cryptobiotic soil fungi. Okay, I admit it, I mostly picked this one for the title, but it's still really cool. Everywhere, symbiotic fungi inhabit soil, plant roots, and other organisms in a mutually beneficial relationship where plants get access to essential minerals and water, and in return, the plants give the fungi carbohydrates produced by photosynthesis. When the fungus is in a tree root, it can influence the way the tree grows in a way that benefits both the tree and the fungus. They work over a macro scale to help with carbon and nitrogen fixation, soil stabilization, decomposition, germination, and nutrient absorption. They can help the ecosystem survive a harsh winter, a drought, and many other extremes. And apparently, these have been around ever since plants first grew on land. But the real kicker is how they connect plants across distances, even many kilometers, and they can connect different species and even different ecosystems. And not just nutrients, but information too, telling plants how to survive a drought or pests, sort of like an internet for plants, sharing warnings and life hacks. In fact, this is why so many plants were able to survive the radiation from the Chernobyl disaster, to the surprise of many biologists, properly breaking down and absorbing the radioactive contaminants so they weren't as much of a hindrance to plants as they otherwise would have been. They also helped clean up after the Exxon Valdez oil spill in Alaska. Researchers found that the native fungi in the area were able to degrade the oil at a surprising rate, mitigating much of the damage. Some of these fungi can even break down polyaromatic hydrocarbons, a class of toxic compounds commonly associated with industrial contamination. And even more than that, they can predict environmental disasters. Think of how Twitter gives people early warnings about an earthquake, with the information traveling between people faster than the earthquake's wavefront. These fungal networks can do the same thing, detecting signs of impending catastrophe, like a cold snap, helping the plants go dormant or take other protective measures before the cold snap hits. They share information about temperature, humidity, and soil composition across vast distances, allowing plants to adjust their growth patterns accordingly. And if scientists can actually figure out how they're communicating, maybe they can get more information about disasters like droughts, temperature changes, and even human activity. It could potentially revolutionize agriculture, urban planning, and even medicine. It should be said, other scientists are skeptical. There's a consensus that these networks exist, but some scientists say their role is overstated, and they doubt that we can get many of the promised benefits, such as increased crop yields or life-saving new medicine. And there's a lot of caution about proposed attempts to control or manage these systems. There's serious concern about the long-term effects of introducing non-native species of fungi into the ecosystems. While proponents argue that carefully managed introductions can stimulate beneficial interactions between fungi and native organisms, opponents raise concerns about unintended consequences, such as disrupting local food webs or exacerbating existing environmental stressors. Learning more about it is fine, but we should always remember that the best approaches are bottom up, not top down. After all, that's how these networks evolved in the first place.